Hi all, Cara Revels, Crittenton here, aka Miss Success. And today I want to talk to you about something that's pretty common to all of us, and that is discouragement. And I don't want to just talk to you about being discouraged. I want to talk to you about what you can do to get yourself back on track when you are discouraged. Life is just the way it is. We are all going to have chances and times when we get discouraged and we get disappointed and things aren't working out just the way we want them to work out. But those things are gonna happen. Maybe they'll happen a lot. Maybe they'll happen only once in a while. But the point is, there are going to be times when we can become discouraged. And I know even myself, like in my own life, I had the chance to be discouraged this week on a couple of different issues. For one thing, my car got towed. I actually had to get my car towed, which was not part of my plan at all. And then another thing happened. Some things that I was anticipating were going to happen in business didn't happen just the way I wanted them to happen. So I was kind of like bummed out about that. But I know that those things were on the way. So it's like, okay, I know it's coming, but I want it now. I want it right now. And that's the way we tend to be in life. We get disappointed. We want things right now. We demand things right now. We want everything. We want instant gratification. We actually want a microwave life. And so, we just pop in what we want, set the timer, and boom, we get it, but it doesn't happen like that. It doesn't work like that. So like I said, in my own life, I had the chance to become discouraged, this past week, and I said, okay, wait. Come on, Cara. You can't. You don't have time for this crap. So, what can you do? And I'll give you, some tips about what I do. So, what I'll tell you is this: get yourself a pencil, a piece of paper, your BlackBerry, iTouch, or iPad, whatever way it is that you use to capture ideas. Get that thing and start coming up with some ideas. Because, see, you can't control everything, but what you can do is take control of the things that you can. So when you look at a discouraging situation and you may be disappointed in your business or a loved one or your children or something like that, start saying, okay, what can I do in this situation? And start that brainstorming process. Write down or capture every single way that you can think of that you can control that situation or that you can change that situation. See, you can't control what somebody else does. You can't control what the bank does. You can't control, anything that's outside of you, but you can control how you handle situation and how long you allow yourself to stay discouraged, because everything we do in this life is a choice, so it's a choice to be discouraged and to stay there. Not saying that you won't ever be discouraged, but it's your choice to stay there. So my first tip for you is to write down and come up with some ways that you personally can change that situation. The second thing is to enlist the help of others. When I had to get my car towed, I was out of town. I'm like, oh my goodness. I have to get my car towed. I have no idea what I'm going to do with it and how I'm going to handle this. So I got on the phone and I called one of my nephews that lives in the area, and he was able to help me. He knew somebody that could help me, and I got in touch with them, and then they towed the car and took it to his place. And so, that actually turned out really well. But if I had never reached out to call him, God only knows what I would have done. It probably would have cost me a small fortune to try to get it towed home and all this other stuff. So I'm really glad that I enlisted the aid of somebody else, and you need to do that in your own life. And sometimes it's hard to reach out to people, but you have to do that. So whatever situation it is, just reach out to somebody, even if it's somebody on Facebook. You never know who can help you. So that's number 2. And the third thing is step back from the situation. Sometimes when we're right on top of the situation and it's so in our face and we're just so close to it that we're just instant replaying the whole thing over and over. And I wish I hadn't done that. And I can't believe I did this. And you get discouraged and you get down on yourself because you're not stepping back and looking at it objectively. So one thing I like to do is I like to pretend sometimes with myself, what advice would I give somebody else in that same situation? So step back, look at it objectively, and then say to yourself, if I were talking to so-and-so, what advice would I give them? So that's your third thing. So your fourth thing is another thing I like to do is to meditate. So when I get up in the morning, even before I get out the bed, I say my prayers, I thank God for waking me up, that I can walk and talk and breathe. And all of a sudden, the discouraging situation doesn't look so bad, because I realize, hey, I do have some good things going on in my life. And so that's one thing that you can do, and take a few minutes to pray, to meditate. And during that meditation time, you're also going to be visualizing. And what is visualizing? Visualization is when you actually see in your mind's eye the outcome of how you want that situation to end. How do you want that discouraging situation to end on a positive note? If your kids are acting up, you may visualize your kids behaving, your kids doing well in school, or getting good grades. You may, if it's a relationship, you may visualize your spouse or your significant other, you guys being really in tune and getting along well. And picture it, actually see it in complete detail. And that is really, really powerful. If you study the law of attraction or The Secret, and you know exactly what I'm talking about, that visualization and that feeling it is so powerful, and you'll be amazed at how things will actually change in that discouraging situation. You'll start to see some positive things. Okay, so the next thing is, after you have, see what you can do, enlist the aid of others. Step back and look at the situation from an objective perspective, meditate about it, pray about it, visualization. Then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to forget about it. Yes, I said forget about it. You're going to put that thing as far out of your mind as you possibly can. Because you know why? You're not doing yourself any good by staying focused on something that's discouraging you. You're only making the situation worse. And what you think about, you bring about. And again, that's part of the law of attraction, but it's also, real life. And we understand that the more you focus on a negative situation or something that you're discouraged about, the more you're going to tend to bring that thing into your life. So you want to stop that. So what you want to do about that discouraging situation is forget about it. Sometimes you might have to go to a movie, watch a funny show, listen to something inspirational. I always, have my headphones, like I told you guys before. I'm sorry. And I'm constantly looking for some positive, motivating thing to keep me, even now if I get discouraged, that's what I do. I look for some way to lift myself up, so that I'm like saying, okay, you know what? I've done all these other things. The only thing I can do now is forget about it. And, things are going to happen, and it's going to unfold the way it's supposed to unfold. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to focus on all the things that are going right. What are the things that are actually going right in your life? Every part of your life is not discouraging. You're going to be able to find at least one area in your life where things are going good. Even if it's, you have a job. You may not like your job, but you have a job. Look how many people are out of work. If you have a business, you may not be doing as great as you want to do right now, but you have a business. If you work at home for yourself, you may not be making the income you want right now, but look how much you're doing it. Look at the fact that you're actually home working when other people are out there trying to scrounge and survive, just to make it. So look at all the positive things you have in your life. And if none of those things apply, if you have clothes and a bed and food, if you have anything, if you can watch this video, you have something positive going on in your life. So I just want you to focus on all those things and let go of all the stuff that you can't control. I'm not the world's biggest control freak, but I am a control freak. I like to know, how things are going to happen, and I like to control whatever I can control, but I recognize some things are just out of my control. And so I don't get, when I get discouraged, I try to use all those techniques that I just gave you to get myself back on track. So we're going to recap real quick. You're going to change what you can change. You're going to enlist the help of others. You're going to step back and assess the situation objectively. You're going to do some meditation and visualization about how you want it to be. And then you're going to forget about it, and you're going to focus on what's right. Now, if one of your issues is your finances, you need to come and join me in Empower Network. You knew I was going to go there if you watch my videos. And I'm so passionate about it because, I really do like to help people, and I really do want to change the world. And I know I can't change every life, but at least I can change the ones that I can change. So connect with me. The information is going to be down at the bottom of the screen. Just hit the little button, and I will see you on the inside. Bye. Have a great day. Cara, Revels, Crittenton. Ciao.